And types of exceptions in Java. There are three types of exceptions: checked exceptions, unchecked, and error. Here, checked exception. It is also known as compile time exception. These exceptions must be handled in the program either using try catch or throws, which means compiler aware about this exception is known as checked exceptions. In case of checked exception, compiler will force the programmer to handle the exception. If the programmer fails to handle the exception, compiler will throw an error. Here you can see some of the examples of these exceptions. IOException will be occurred file not found and file reading error. SQL exception, and last one is file not found exceptions. And next one is unchecked exception. Unchecked exception is also known as runtime exception. These exceptions occurs during the execution and do not require explicit handling, which means compiler unaware about this exception is known as unchecked exception. In case of unchecked exception, compiler will not force the programmer to handle the exception. These exceptions occurs during the runtime and do not require explicit handling. Here some of the examples: arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, and array index out of bound exception, number format exceptions. Okay. And few more are there: string index out of bound exception, and so on. And last one is errors. Errors are not exceptions, they indicate system level failures. Here you can see examples of errors: stack overflow exception, out of memory exception, and so on. Declaring an exception in Java. In Java, you can declare an exception using throws keyword in the method signature. So, throws is a keyword. It is used to declare the method. It declares that the method may throw an exception, which means throws is a keyword. It is used to declare or ignore the exception. And here you can see the syntax of throws. Here we are declaring an exception using throws keyword in the method signature. Here we are raising an exception. How you can raise an exception? You can raise an exception using throw keyword. Throw is used inside a method to manually throw an exception. Yeah, throw keyword is used inside a method. Throws is used in the method signature. This is the main difference. Okay. And it must be followed by an exception object. And this is the syntax for throw keyword. Now we can write an example for throw and throws keyword. Okay. See, this is the example for throws and throw keyword. Here I am declaring a method named as validate age and passing a parameter int age. Here I am giving one condition: if age is less than 18. So this condition checks if age is less than 18. And I am throwing an exception manually using throw keyword. Throw new illegal argument exception. Here I am printing one message: age must be 18 or above. And this line will execute only if age is 18 or above. And inside the main block, here I am writing try block and catch block. Inside the try block, here I am calling a method with an invalid age. Here I am giving the age 16. So since 16 is less than 18, it will throw an exception. Inside the catch block, this block will catch the exception thrown by the validate age. So it prints the exception message. Okay. And this line will execute after handling the exception. Let's run this code. And one more thing, there are two important methods: get message. It is used to get small information. It is used to get small information about exception. Okay. Next one is print stack trace. Print stack trace. It is used to get detailed information about exception. Information about exception. Okay. Let's run this code. Here you can see exception caught, age must be 18 or above. And also it prints this statement. Okay. If I give age value as 19, it will print this statement. Why? Because there is no exception occur here. Let's run this code. Here you can see this print statement will be executed. Why? Because this line will be executed if age is 18 or above. Here I am giving the age value as 19. So it will print this statement. That's it.